Don't let them take your vote away. The Republican Party and the pollsters are telling you this election is over. They're telling you your vote doesn't count.
They have decided for you who your president is going to be, but I got a little message for them. Polls don't vote, people vote. We believe in a solid, just, compassionate, hopeful future. That's why I'm in politics. That's why I'm running for president, and that's why we're going to win.
Walter Mondale thinks you can squeeze more tax money out of your budget. What do you think?
I think you've got it all wrong. Mondale thinks I'm paying too much, and he's right. I had to take a second job just to make ends meet. Kids, please get the dog out of here. You know who ought to pay more. The fat cats who don't pay anything. I'm tired of supporting them. That's what I think. And that's why I'm for Mondale.
Mondale Ferraro, fighting for our future.
1982. Reaganomics sinks our country into the deepest recession and unemployment in 50 years. Now Ronald Reagan says the economy is moving up. It is. Up on a mountain of debt and record Reagan deficits. More borrowing than all the other presidents in history combined. That'll drive interest rates up, slow the economy down. And then, if you're thinking of voting for Ronald Reagan in 1984, think of what'll happen in 1985.
The most awesome, powerful responsibility in the world lies in the hand that picks up this phone. The idea of an unsure, unsteady, untested hand is something to really think about. This is the issue of our times. On April 3rd, vote as if the future of the world is at stake, because it is. Mondale, this president will know what he's doing, and that's the difference.
After you work for a lifetime to pay off your house, you expect to be free and clear. But in another American house, there are plans today to put you $18,000 in debt, your share of Mr. Reagan's deficits. But when Mondale moves into the White House, he won't forget about your place. He'll cut spending, close tax loopholes, and put new taxes in a trust fund to pay off Reagan's debt. Let's stop mortgaging America. Mondale Ferraro, they're fighting for your future.
Children well.
I want to be a baseball player. I want to be a fireman so I can save people and put out fires. I want to be a teacher.
I want to live a decent life. I don't want to live in poverty.
I want to be a dietitian.
I get $35 in food stamps, but I used to get 76, so they cut me right in half there.
I want to be a veterinarian because I like to help animals.
Well, I worked all my life, paid in. Then when I need it, it's not there.
I'd rather be the underdog in a campaign about decency than to be ahead in a campaign only about self-interest.
In the steel industry, in the industrial area in the United States, we're hurting. We've lost jobs, we've lost communities.
This has been a tough year for me, the toughest I believe I ever spent. And I don't care who knows it, I'll tell it like it is, because it's just the way it's been.
We've got a lot more working people in this country than you do millionaires or billionaires. And I think the Democratic Party and Mr. Mondale is a lot more concerned about these type of people, the working people.
If Mondale does what he said he'd do for the farmer and small businessman, we need him bad.
This is a fight about whether America is really back or can we do better.
The government of the United States is not up for sale. It belongs to the people of this country, and we want it back.
And we can take it back if we fight to protect personal and religious freedom.
This election is about Jerry Falwell picking justices to the Supreme Court.
It's about a plan for steady economic growth, future jobs, and taxes that are fair.
I will leave middle and moderate income Americans alone. They paid enough, and I'm going to ask the wealthy and the big corporations and the loophole users to join the rest of it.
And it's about arms control in the nuclear age. About a president who has ignored the most awesome issue of our time, building more weapons, and now planning to escalate the arms race into the heavens.
Man may no longer pretend that the quest for disarmament is a sign of weakness. For in a spiraling arms race, a nation's security may be shrinking, even as its arms increase.
Here's the future, and you alone in the voting booth with your conscience will leave them a legacy. Make it one of economic opportunity for all, of a Supreme Court free to judge for liberty, of an end to the arms race at last. The face of the future is in your hands.
I want your generation and all generations in American history to get the very best. I want you to learn. I want you to challenge yourself. I want you to stretch that mind. I want you to think of new things and dream of new dreams. I want your life to be thrilling, and I want to help you.
Mondale and the vice presidential candidate Geraldine Ferraro.
This election is not only about opening doors of opportunity. This election is about the future.
Some say you can't win the presidency on the values of decency, fairness, and economic opportunity. But if one of us can't win on those values, then none of us can. For those values are America. Tuesday, your vote does matter for all of us. Do what's right. Mondale Ferraro. They're fighting for our future.
In 1981, Reagan had a new idea about taxes. Huge tax breaks for the wealthy, but virtually nothing for middle-income people. In the Chicago debate last week, my opponent had a similar new idea. He supported an additional tax increase of up to $600 a year on the middle class. I don't think it's right, and I know it's not fair. It's time we stopped using middle-income Americans to balance the national budget.
Really have to go with Mondale. The Oval Office is the last place for someone who needs on-the-job training.
I'd feel a lot more comfortable if Mondale was our president.
Gary Hart says he has a lot of new ideas. Well, I keep listening, and I don't hear any.
I know Walter Mondale understands the problems of working men and women. I don't know if Gary Hart does.
Walter Mondale's been there when we needed him.
We need Walter Mondale.
Mondale, solid experience. That's the difference.
We've got many countries that enjoy largely unlimited access to the American market, but won't let us in their markets. Now, I believe in an open international competitive environment, playing on a level table, but I'm not a sucker. And I think the American people want their president to stand up for the American economy, American workers, American businesses, and American farmers again. And I intend to do that.
Mondale for president.
You want more for your kids than you had. And that's the American dream.
Mondale and Ferraro bringing a new fairness to America. While Mr. Reagan tries to slash Medicare, they fight for seniors. While he forces 4 million people out of work, they fight for workers. And on tax breaks,
I refuse to make your family pay more so that millionaires can pay less.
they'll be taking the first step in a new direction for America. Mondale Ferraro, for your future.
If you really care about a nuclear freeze, you should know the facts. Walter Mondale recognized the importance of the issue and took a firm, unwavering stand almost a year before Gary Hart. That took leadership. Gary Hart has shifted his position on the nuclear freeze issue 6 times in 2 years. On this issue, that's dangerous, and that's not leadership. It will take experience, knowledge, and a firm grip in dealing with the Russians to reach the nuclear freeze we all want. Mondale, solid experience. That's the difference.
In this building, Mr. Reagan's people are borrowing the money that's putting each of us $18,000 into debt, deficit spending. And who walks away with the money? 90,000 profitable corporations that pay no taxes, defense contractors on bloated budgets, foreign interests who make money on our debt. What the deficit really means is that you're paying for their free ride. But in November, you can stop it. Mondale Ferraro, they're fighting for your future.
Here in New Jersey, we're concerned about toxic waste, about our children's health and cleaning up the environment. When the Superfund legislation was stalled in the United States Congress, I turned to Walter Mondale and asked for his help. It was Walter Mondale who provided the leadership which helped pass the Superfund legislation to clean up toxic waste. I think that's the kind of leadership we need in a president. It's not enough just to care about toxic waste. With Walter Mondale, we'll know he'll get the job done.
I don't believe this administration understands how most Americans feel about arms control. We know that if those bombs go off, that's probably the end. It's over. We're the first generation to have the capacity to destroy all life. And that's why this is not just another problem, it's the problem. I've been involved in every arms control fight over 20 years. I know what I'm doing. I've dealt with the Soviets. I've worked with our friends. I know how to get arms control. We must have that kind of leadership in the White House.
Wherever you live in America, if you want to help the Mondale campaign, call this number right now. 1-800-258-6700. Thank you. With the whole world at stake, it's time to move on, and we must do better. Mondale for president. President Reagan cordially invites you to join their party on November 6th. Here's all you have to believe in.
A secret war in Central America.
New Supreme Court justices must rule abortion a crime, even in cases of rape and incest.
No equal rights amendment for women.
No verifiable nuclear freeze. What kind of...
Think about the people who have taken over the Republican Party. They want their new platform to be your new Constitution. Think about that. In Ronald Reagan's America, everyone is comfortable and everything is fine. But in the real America, the one he doesn't see, people have to take a second job just to get by. Millions have no job at all. Old people worry about paying medical bills. Parents about sending kids to college. In the real America, millions are still trying to make it and need a fair chance. Is America back, or can we do better? That's the debate. Mondale Ferraro, fighting for our future.